Just some more. There you go. Yeah, all good. All right, they can figure it out. All this price, go please. All right. So this is my cell phone number, so feel free to write it down. Okay. I usually don't give that my number publicly to everyone, but because I trust you all, I'm sure you're not gonna call me like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? If you do, I mean, I'll probably be sleeping, so or awake. You never know. And if you want to connect with me in Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere else, just look up for my name and connect with me. Okay? Because if you have any question, if you need any help, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions just to find out what kind of pain you all are going through. Okay? So most of you said you have a website. How many of you did SEO by yourself? 1, 2, that's it? All right. How many of you have, how long have you been having your own website? For how long? 1 year, 2 years, a few months?
A year.
A year? Yeah, a month?
2 years.
2 years? Okay. And what else do you want to learn today? Like what is the reason? What is the reason that you came to attend this session?
To rank higher.
You want, I want to rank higher. Why do you want to rank higher? Why?
Gotta get page 1.
Gotta get the page 1. But still, why do you want to be in page 1?
Only people look at, like 90% of people look at page 1, that's it.
You're right. Any other answers? That's actually correct, because almost 90%, according to Jaime, is we're going to look at the first page for anything they're searching for, right? Any other reasons? No? Oh, check this out. So, this is like that. Sorry. Come on. All right. So let's look at the number real quick. So, almost all of us do Google every day, right? Or Bing every day, or Facebook every day, or Twitter every day. Does that make sense? We all do that. So if we all do that, what does that mean to you? Let's say you're a business owner. What does that mean to you? If you are going to spend your time searching for product and services, what does that mean to you? Yeah, but when you understand the concept that, let's say 90% of experience on the internet start with a search. When you understand that concept, and you're a business owner, or you're a blogger, or you're a hobbyist, what does that tell you? Yeah, but what does it tell you? When you have the majority of people doing that, what does that mean besides being found and being searchable?
People are looking for the information.
Yes, your customers, the target market, or whatever product and service you provide, that's what they're doing. They're going there, they're searching for it, right? And if they're searching for it, you should be what? Visible for them, right? You need to be shown for them. So when they type, I don't know, Kung Fu Yoga Master in San Antonio, who shows up? Right? Then, right? And also, the other thing is that almost 97% of the consumer, they look for products and services, and 70% don't even, like Jaime said, like the majority stick on the front page. I would say 70%, they don't even go to the second page. Which means if you're not on the front page, that means you're missing out on some traffic and some customers. Does that make sense? That's why a lot of businesses are hungry when it comes to SEO. The first thing they tell me, I want to be on the first page. But that's actually the wrong request. You don't only want to be on the wrong first page, because sometimes, even if you're on the first page, that doesn't mean it's going to make you money. How is that? If you got the wrong keyword, or people looking for wrong information, and you show up on the front page, that doesn't mean anything. Does that make sense? So your objective is not just to be on the front page. Your objective should be what? To get targeted traffic, like your customer are looking for you. You want them to find you, and you need to focus on conversion. That means if I get my targeted customer land on my website, what else I want them to do? Do I want them to call me? Do I want them to buy my product? Do I want them to get into my list? Does that make sense? So being on the front page is not the only thing you need to focus on. And in fact, anybody comes and tell you that I'm going to help you to rank organically on the front page, you gotta run. You can't focus on that. That means I have no experience. Those folks that have experience in the search engine optimization, they'll actually tell you the focus should be on getting the targeted traffic, focusing on conversion, generating income, that kind of folks you need to look for, okay? Not just ranking. And as you can see, almost 40% of the customers that come to your website, they actually come through search engine. Now, where do all of us right now, how many of us actually search the internet from the mobile device? Look at the room, almost all of you, okay? So a few weeks ago, Google made an announcement that this year, the search for for web or any type of information on the internet through mobile devices surpassed the laptop and the desktop. So the laptop and the desktop used to be like number one last year, but now everything is through the mobile, right? So if all the searches are done through mobile, again, you as a business owner or hobbyist or blogger or website owner, what does that mean to you?
Content needs to be mobile accessible.
Absolutely, content's supposed to be mobile friendly. That means please don't use like a light gray color font because we can't even read it on the phone, right? Or a very small, tiny font that nobody can read it. You got to think mobile right now. So the idea has shifted. But instead of thinking about the design of the laptop and the design of the desktop, how it looks, everything right now should start with the mobile first. Like, how do you want the site look like on the mobile device? And how do you want the visitor on the website, how do you want them to experience on the mobile device? Because guess what? That is actually part of the SEO, which is called user experience. Whoever visits the website, they have to make sure the website is very fast, and whatever they're looking for, they can find it quickly. So it's not just a technical side, but also the experience of it, okay? So the majority right now are looking through the mobile devices, which also means the design of the site will be different than the design on the laptop. Any questions? Are we good? All right, I want to make sure y'all understand this before I move forward, okay? Okay, all right. Here's another fact about, I've been saying this for years, that mobile search is the next big thing, and there you go, so Google made an announcement. So what you have to understand that almost 50%, if somebody finds your website, well, right now I don't think it's going to work, but because in April of this year, I think it was 21st or 22nd, where Google made an announcement specifically that if your website is not responsive based or mobile friendly, right? And somebody's searching for a chiropractor or a dentist locally, and your website is not responsive based, there's a huge chance that Google will not show that website to the target market. Why? Because if they do, this particular customer is going to have to do, with their fingers like this, large, and that's going to cause a concussion to their hands. Like, it's a bad experience, right? They don't want to do that anymore. So you have to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. Otherwise, look at that. Your customer is not going to recommend to anybody. If your website is not mobile friendly, they're not going to tell their friends and family, check this website. Okay? Then what else? Almost 70% of the user expect your site to be very fast on the mobile device. At least on the laptop, maybe 1 second, 2 seconds is fine. But in the mobile, I've seen sites took like 20 seconds. I'm like, what is this? I'm not like sitting in the restroom. So, and 40% turn away to the competitor because of that bad experience. And almost 90% search for information for local businesses from the mobile device. Like, restaurants, dentists, chiropractor, yoga instructor, because they're all local business. So the majority will look for this information locally. Okay? All right, so almost 60% after they search actually call back, and within 24 hours, most of those searches actually going to take you to the business. Any questions? Are we all good? Are we all paying attention? All right, you have some awesome snack made by students, so please help yourself. A little bit of sugar right there. Okay, so most popular devices used to search the internet. As you can see, yes, the laptop is still 90%, the smartphone 80%. Tablet, I don't know why, for some reason, still 40%. And game console, which is like Xbox and Nintendo and PlayStation, yes, you can search the internet through that. Now, the reason I shared the other slide right here, because again, one of the mistakes that I see and kind of frustrates me, and by the way, I was born in '77, so I'm not that old. When I look at technology, I get all excited because change is happening, and you got to be ahead of the game. So I meet some prospect and they tell me, oh, you know what, I want everything like, I want to feel the book, I want to feel the magazine. That feeling's not going to work anymore, okay? Because if you look at Newsweek magazine, they've been in business for how long? 80 years? Almost 80 years. I mean, they're still in business, but they don't have the print anymore. There's no more Newsweek print. It's all digital. Does that make sense? And most of us, I mean, back in my days, we never had like Facebook and put on all this stuff. But now my son goes to like, what is it, Clark High School, and he has a cell phone with a freaking texting during the class, right? And there's no books. He tells me, well, it's all PDF. It's all digital now, right? So the reason I'm sharing this with you because everyone heard of smart TV? Smart TV, I don't know how smart it is, but that's, so people also search the internet from the smart TV, almost 80%. Which means if you're a business owner, that means I need to make sure my website is compatible with smart TV, right? So this is going to come, it's going to happen. Smartwatch, I remember, who came with that idea? David Hasselhoff from the Night Rider. I think he was the first one. Yeah, Big Dick. He was the first. Oh, Mr. Guy, yeah. Or what is that was Dick Tracy? Yeah. How about you? I'm like, losing it. I'm like going somewhere else. Okay. Then you have the smart wristband and all this, like the virtual augmented reality stuff. So you never know where the technology is going to take us. But you should never say, that's a fad. That's not going to work. Don't say that. In fact, accept it. Embrace it. Okay, with open arms. Okay, so just want to let you know that things are happening, and as a business, you got to be ahead of the game. Okay. All right. After all this talk, so what is search engine? Can somebody give me the definition of what is search engine? Because I know you're all using it every day. So you should know what I'm using it for. All right. So what is search engine? Anyway, don't worry. There's no right or wrong answer. If you give me the wrong answer, I'm not going to punish you. You're right. So go ahead. What is a search engine? It's a machine. Catherine said it's a machine that needs words to find stuff. Very close. I like that. What else? Give me your own definition. Because you use it every day, it has to mean something to you. Right? You can't use something that you understand what it is, right? Some people, you're right. Some people just good. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. So what does it mean to you? Anybody else think this definition? What does it mean to you? Search engine. Look at the word search engine.
Matching keywords to your pages.
Matching keywords to your pages. What else?
Looking for love.
Looking for love. Look at Betty. Oh, look at love. Okay. Well, first of all, here we go. So search, the act of you going to search. Simple as that, right? An engine is Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com. Because the engine is the application, it's the software, it's the browser, right? So that's what search engine is. Someone says, what is search engine? Well, that's what it means. Search is an act of you doing the search, and engine is the platform, the database. Because when you do a search in Google or Bing or Yahoo, they all have database of information that they send you out when you type something. Does that make sense? Because I want you to understand what search engine is, because most of you, right? So if you understand it, then that means you would know how to treat it. That means you would know how to come with some sort of strategy and idea. Does that make sense? You have to understand the platform before you start talking about, SEO. What does SEO stand for? Oh, no. It stands for selling enormous octopus. Who said that? Okay. All right. Okay. Does that make sense now? What is search engine? Is it clear? 100% sure? 100%? Okay. So how does search engine work? So when you go to Google, you type information. The search engine bots go through all these trillions of pages and store all this information and gives it to you within less than I don't know how many millisecond, okay? Now, this is your website. Okay? Most of you, this is your website. Nice looking card, but there's no engine. Which means it's not going anywhere. You wonder sometimes why my website has been there for a year and I'm not getting a call or some sort of form submission, nothing. You wonder what's going on, right? So most of us, unfortunately, this is how our website look like. Now, the definition of SEO is the definition that I put together. Now, I want you to understand this definition. Because if you understand this definition, then you would know how to strategize. Because these days, for everything they call it SEO. A camel falls on the street, oh, that's an SEO, right? You can't do that. You can't just call everything SEO. And I see people that just call anything SEO. That's incorrect. Because SEO is not a thing. SEO is what? It's a technical process, right? And it's a technical process, and it's also a creative process. Why do I say technical? Because you have to do a lot of technical back-end stuff. Like, on the back end of the website, you have a script, you have a language, you have code, so you have to do something on the back end. Okay? When I say creative, that means the front end. That means the design of the site, the copy, the kind of messages, kind of colors, call to action. That's the front end. Like, how do you, if I sell cupcakes, what kind of messages I'm going to put on the front of the website? What kind of colors? What kind of call to action? All these matter. Okay? So it is a technical and creative process. Why? For what? For the sake of what? For the sake of influencing the visibility of your page. Not the website, of your pages. So it's not just your website that ranks, there's several pages can be on the front page. Maybe your service page, for some reason, on the first page of Google, but the about page is on the fourth. Does that make sense? So Google actually going to rank those pages based on how you put the content, how you use the key phrase and whatnot. Okay? So it's a process to influence the visibility of your page on the search engine. Is organic. The reason I say organic, and this is very important, just by its own definition, organic means what? It takes time, right? It's like natural. Naturally, right? It's natural, it's going to take some time for your website to rank. So don't tell me, I want to do SEO, can I rank tomorrow? It's not going to happen. Okay? The only time you're going to be on the front page of Google, if you pay Google, the Google AdWord. Sometimes we call it, pay-per-click or PPC. Yes, if you pay for those clicks, of course you're going to be on the front page within 24 hours, but on the ad section, not the organic side. Okay? The organic side is going to take you some time. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of effort, I don't know, maybe between 30 to 50 hours of work every month for you to get on the front page. Once you get on the front page, that doesn't mean you're going to stop. You got to continue doing the work because your competitors are going to do the same thing. So maybe outrank. Does that make sense? So is the definition clear? Is the definition clear? There's no shortcut, right? And the objective is what? Your objective of SEO is what? To drive that targeted traffic to your website. Now, why did I mention targeted traffic? Why is that important?
You don't necessarily want people who are trying to buy or want their service. You want people who are looking for you for a specific reason.
Absolutely. Let me give you a quick story. A very successful company in San Antonio called, used to be called ZipKit, but now their name is called Pressable. They are another WordPress hosting company. So I know the owner, Big Loser. So a couple of years ago, he came and talked to me, hey man, for some reason our website gets enough traffic, maybe like 300 hits a day, which is not bad, but our bounce rate is too high. That means a lot of people leaving the site quickly. They're not spending time to sign up for the service or spend time to read it, right? So what is the issue? So I looked at it, and for some reason, they were ranking #1 on Google, not just San Antonio, but like in the whole Google, right? For the keyword losing 30 pounds. But they're an IT company. So what happened? So I figured he wrote a blog post, like a funny title, like how geeks and developers lose 30 pounds by like coding, something like that. It was just a joke. A nice, funny article, right? So the key phrase losing 30 pounds, somehow Google decided to show the result to people that are looking to lose 30 pounds. That's why the bounce was too high. Because nobody, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm not gonna, what is this IT company? What is this? Some magic stuff going on here, right? So that's what happened. So of course he went and removed the blog and wrote some different article, and of course all the traffic came back, and that was getting the target. That's what targeted traffic matters. You don't just want any kind of traffic. Okay? You don't just want any kind of traffic. It has to be targeted. That means the customers that are looking for my product and services, only them that I want them to visit, not anybody else. No. Does anybody know what is Fiverr? You know what is Fiverr? Fiverr, right? Okay. So don't go to Fiverr, pay somebody $5 to send you like 30,000 backlinks. That's not going to work. Because all those links and all those traffic are fake. Okay? In fact, if you do this and if Google finds out, then you can be in trouble. Okay? So There's no shortcut, so don't do that. So here's the definition: technical creative process that will influence the visibility of your page for the purpose of getting what targeted customer to your website. Why? So they can buy from you. Okay? So what happens sometimes, I've seen some sites where they get all the traffic, but the website sucks. That means there is no call to action. There's nothing that says buy the product from here or get started or click on the buy page. So the information that you put on the website, you have to figure out how to convert those visitors into paying clients. Does that make sense? All right, any question about the definition of selling enormous octopus? No? All right, so in 2015, so a lot of changes. Well, I don't see that much of a change, but keyword research still matters, but the focus should be more right now on customer research. That means when you do a keyword research, your whole focus is not just to know what they type, but also to understand your target market, like who they are, what they're looking for. Okay? Links still matter. Any link pointing back to your website, it still matters. If it's a spam link, it might hurt you. If it's a relevant link, if it's a high quality link, it still matters, because link going back to your website is like a vote. Relevance for your website matters. The reputation. How would I build my reputation for a brand new website? Because for all these well-known websites out there that have been in business for like 5-10 years, their reputation is good. But for a brand new person, how can I build my reputation? Because the reputation, the trust, and the quality of the content are all the same.
Consistency.
Consistency in what? You were right, but consistency in what?
In what you are writing about.
Yes, in what you're writing about. So if you share like educational information, how to, case studies, some kind of content that when your customer or target market reads it, they enjoy it, they engage with you, they comment back to you, and they share it, that builds reputation and trust and quality, okay? Because why? I don't have to, or you don't have to force your target market that you are the expert. You don't have to tell them that. The fact that you're sharing the information, login and content and whatnot, you will automatically become an expert. Does that make sense? It's a very beautiful thing. I think it's amazing. Okay? And we also have to focus on the quality of the visitors and the user experience are the same. So this is one topic that unfortunately I don't see that people discuss it, even with the SEO community, not all of them, but it's also not a good one. All they focus on ranking, but nobody talks about user experience. So what is the user experience? But here, when you visit the website, right? When you visit the website, when your customer visits the website, they have to have an awesome user experience. That means
make it easy.
Make it easy for them to search what they're looking for. Make sure the navigation is easy to navigate. Does that make sense? Don't hide the contact page. Put it on the bottom. Make sure everything is visible. Everything is clear. Does that make sense? And make sure everything is fast too. Because you have to have a good experience. Anytime, like I've seen some site where on the front page it will say, awesome product. And that's it. There's no buy now or click here. I'm like, that's it? Awesome product? I mean, what do you want me to do? Do you think your target market is going to figure it out? No. You have less than 2 seconds for them to take quick action. If not, they're going to move somewhere else. Okay? So you have to focus on user experience. I want to make sure that when I build my website, I need to make sure that they will look what they can find what they're looking for. So you can share this with your friends and family. What do you think about the site? Or you can go to companies like usertesting.com and pay them like probably $50 per person up to like 5 people, and they're going to do the analysis for you as a user, and they give you feedback. Whether this is missing a specific color or call to action, or this doesn't make any sense, you can also do that, okay? All right, any question? Any questions? No? Man, I have a feeling that someone's going to lose their hair. So what does the search engine do? It does 4 things. This software, we call it the search bot or the search crawler or whatever, or Bing bot or Google bot. These software, their whole functionality, their whole activities throughout the internet is for, which is what they crawl. They crawl from page to page of trillions of, maybe 60 trillion pages out there, and all they do all day long is just go from one page to another, okay? And they index those information. So they go through the pages of your website. They look for content, key phrases, links, everything, and they put it on the index server. And when you search for the information that you're looking for, it retrieves that information quickly, and it will also help with ranking. It will make a decision how you want to rank. Now, according to Google, they say that they have like more than 200 signals, but I think it's more than 10,000 signals to determine why you should rank organically. Did Google tell us what are those signals? No, they're not going to tell you. Okay, they're going to tell you just to do a few things, and that's about it. Any questions so far? Yes, please.
How is user experience measured by Google?
How is measured? Yeah, how many minutes they spend, how many quickly they leave. Are they commenting on the blog posts? Yeah, all that, because you have to use two tools. One is called Google Analytics and Google MSM tool. That's how they measure it. Again, even if they do measure, they're not going to tell you everything. They just say, make sure the website is easy for your customer. Make sure that they can find what they need. Make sure that it's very fast. Make sure they don't bounce quickly. Like, with my friend, with the situation where his bouncer was too high, when Google noticed that, eventually, you know what? People come to your website, they're not spending enough time. Let's go ahead and rank your site because maybe your website has nothing to offer. Does that make sense? That's why you need Google Analytics to look at those information. Because based on those information, you can go back and make some changes. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble. Okay? Good question, though. All right, so after all this talk, why do you think SEO is important? I don't know if you're all convinced yet, but does anything is important? All right. Why do you think SEO is important? Or I don't know. Is it important or is it not important?
Important for conversion. Business owner a lot about how they're operating, how people are responding to that.
Right.
You need to change something, change it. It's all about money in the end for the business owner.
Absolutely. That's an excellent answer. What else?
Also, how else, like, unless you tell someone yourself, how else would they find you?
Yes, if you have a website, how else they can find you? Right? And I see this all the time. People focus too much money, too much focus on a cosmetic, nice looking website, but nobody talks about, okay, how am I going to get traffic? How am I going to get conversion? How am I going to get customer? Right? So that's what SEO is still important, right? What else?
Conversion.
Conversion, yes. Get it? What else? So there you go. So SEO or the implementation of the search engine optimization will help you to boost your website. It will help you to get targeted traffic. It will help your customer to find you. Does that make sense? And it will help you to measure the activities and understand the behavior of your visitor. It's very, very important to understand how your customer are behaving. I mean, you cannot pull this kind of information with the traditional marketing, even though they claim that. But right now, with these sites that you own, you can understand how they behave. Like if they come to my website, how long they spend and where they look at, what kind of information they're looking for, what kind of key phrases bringing all the traffic back to the site, which blogger, which website are linking back to me. Does that make sense? That's what SEO is important. And the most important one is you need to make sure that your customer finds you. Otherwise, you're just sitting in a cave. Nobody knows you exist. Right? You have a website, but nobody knows you exist. Why? Because nobody can find you. So that's why SEO is still important. But as a business, you don't want to focus only on the SEO, right? You have to focus on anything that brings you what? Customers, right? Traffic. So you still have to focus on social media, you still have to focus on search engine. In fact, social media and search engine right now kind of go hand in hand. Because people actually do listen to the social media signals. Somebody tweet about you, they listen to that. You do a YouTube video, which owned by them, they actually look into that too. If somebody used Dig or Stumble Upon or even Pinterest, they actually listen to that kind of stuff. Why? Because it's like a word of mouth. If somebody talk about you and share information, that's like a word of mouth. And to Google or Bing, oh, that's an organic, authentic information about you. Does that make sense? All right, any question about why SEO is important? Are we good?
Yep.
There you go. I'm like, I can read mine. I don't have a telepathic, powers. All right. I also want you to understand this 100% that when it comes to search engine, there are two sections. Okay, people always get confused because, and it's not their fault. I've seen some businesses, unfortunately, they only do this but they charge for this. Because this process, just like in social media. Anybody in this room does social media? Awesome. So in social media, how many times you spend to push content and listen, engage? I mean, you do that every month, right? Okay. Every day, right? Same with the search engine. If you do the off-page SEO, that's like a monthly work. It's not a one-time thing you just go to sleep. The first one, yes, the first one is like a one-time thing done on your website and that's it.
But you still have to maintain it.
Yes, you still have to maintain, you still have to write content, you have to do a link building, you have to do a lot of work. A lot of work, anywhere between, from our team, anywhere between 30 to 50 hours of work every month. Not every day, or every week, every month, okay? So you have to distinguish the difference between the on-page SEO and the off-page. Even by its definition, on-page means on the website, right? And off-page means outside the website, okay? All right, so let's look at the on-page. Excuse me. So the on-page consists of making some changes, like the coding changes in the back end, with a little bit of some key phrasing and whatnot that is done on the website, making sure you don't have a broken links, making sure that when you upload images, the files are not too huge, the keywords are in the image, the keywords are in the content, that kind of stuff. Okay, so that is done on the page itself. So a couple of examples, like for instance, when you go to your home page, when you look for any website on Google, you will see that in your browser it has their name and some sort of keyword on the browser itself, right? That is called title tag. So on the back end, you have to write this, open, title, close, and the keyword, and you close it down. Okay, that's called title tag. For the meta description, this is the code for the meta description, and for the keyword tag, this is the code. You have to put on the back end. Okay, but if you use WordPress, you don't have to worry about this because in WordPress platform, you can use Yoast plugin, and you can just put the keyword instead of doing the actual code. But traditionally, that's how. Back in the days, that's how we used to do it. We used to go back on the website, mess with the code, put all these, content to tweak it. Okay? So the title tag does help with SEO ranking, just to let you know. The meta tag description does not. Okay? The meta tag description has no effect on ranking, and the meta tag keyword, Google actually doesn't even look at it anymore. Okay? So if you don't want to put anything under the meta tag keyword, you can leave it empty, it doesn't matter. But if you put a bunch of keyword, don't put more than 10. In fact, don't even put it at all because you are telling your competitor what you're trying to focus on. Okay? Yeah, so don't do that. So let me show you an example real quick before I define the off-page. So the blog, maybe it's like your website. So when it comes to off-page SEO, mostly it's a link building process. That means a link from an authority, relevant site, heading back to my website. Okay? In most cases, that's what they are. But now with all the updates, with all the changes, it's more about social media signals. It's more about content. It's more about who is talking about you. It's more about building relationship on the internet, right? Now, for the on page, as an example, take this one, San Antonio real estate, right? So this area, of course, is the ad section. That's not organic. That's not SEO. The organic one is right here. So almost 80 to 90% of anybody look at this area, and 14 to 20% look on the ad section. Even though the viewership on the ad is less, they still make a lot of money, okay? So the title tag is right here. See that? What is the San Antonio, Texas real estate? That is a title tag. And the title tag, write this one down, should not exceed 70 characters. Okay, when you do the title tag, it should not exceed 70 characters. The meta tag description, which is the one below the link, it is what? It is basically a description, a brief description of that particular page. That means for every page, you have to have a relevant, brief description of that page. Does that make sense? You cannot just copy and paste the same meta description from the home page everywhere. Because if you do that, it's considered a duplicate. And plus, the search engine is going to get confused because it cannot differentiate, okay, which page is for what. Okay? So this is where the meta description is right here. And that should not exceed more than 160 characters. Should be like within 160 characters. Okay? All right? So Every page should have what? Every page should have their own
Description.
relevant title tag. So I'm not going to use San Antonio real estate on every single page. So the home page might have San Antonio real estate. But if I do commercial real estate, maybe under services I'm going to put commercial real estate in San Antonio. You see what I'm saying? And on the contact page I can put like San Antonio Realtor. You see what I'm doing? Why? Because I don't want to rank for just one key phrase. I want to be ranked for like more than one. For the commercial real estate, for San Antonio real estate, for all the other stuff. Does that make sense? So the title tag, the keyword on the title tag, if it makes sense, has to be relevant for every page. Every page should have its own relevant key phrase. And don't do something like this. Don't do like San Antonio real estate dash, real estate San Antonio dash, whatever, realtor. I mean, don't put a bunch of keywords. That's like it's like humanly unreadable. Okay? You gotta make it just regular English. Like looking for San Antonio real estate by Steve. Does that make sense? Okay? And those key phrases on the title tag actually does matter for SEO. And most websites out there, unfortunately, don't even do that. So you guys are lucky. Any question about on-page SEO? This is just a very basic of on-page. I haven't gotten into the detail of what other factor involved in the on-page SEO. Any questions so far before you lose your hair? Are we good? All right. Now, when it comes to keyword, we have to understand this. The first one is, we call it general or short scale. I like the word general. Short is even hard to pronounce it, right? So, general keyword. When you do keyword research using keyword tool, you can start with the general, but you have to look for something more specific, like 3 to 4 words. Okay? So the long tail, it's what, like 3 to 4 words. Like for example, affordable women's shoes online, right? Versus like shoes or women's shoes. Now, out of those two, now you have what you call it? 3 options. A navigational keyword that basically means somebody went to Google to look for a website to navigate. So that means you don't want to use that keyword because how that keyword is going to affect you? It doesn't affect you at all, right? Informational. For example, landscape photography tips. So if you use this keyword, that keyword doesn't convert. That keyword for somebody looking for information. So it can help with your blog. So you can get some traffic for somebody to read the content. Does that make sense? And the last one is what? Transactional. So if I want somebody to buy my product, I need to first do some sort of keyword research and find out if anybody types something like buying textbook online. If somebody looking for a textbook online, that means they're willing to buy. That's what they're typing that. Does that make sense? So when you do a keyword research, you have to differentiate, okay, which one I'm going to use for information and which one I'm going to use for making sure the customer find me to buy it from me. Does that make sense? Is that clear? Yep. All right, you guys are genius. All right, no question, right? We good? So once you use those keyword tools, which I'm going to share with you in a few minutes, once you collect those information, now how you are going to use those key phrases. So the first option is internal web pages, where title tag, the meta tag, the image files, the alt text, the body of the content of the page, the body of the blog post, mentioned once or twice. Does that make sense? Then the image files. The only issue with the video files and audio link, I don't recommend that you upload that directly to your website, because if you do, you're going to slow down your website, okay? Having a slow website is not good. So what you do with the videos and the audio, you're going to put them where? Upload them where? YouTube. And for the audio? SoundCloud, yes. iTunes, SoundCloud, okay, good. And for the images, make sure that the images, the rule number 1 is this. Those images should not exceed 600 kilobyte size file. If it's too big, it's going to slow down your site. Okay? So make sure it's less than 1 megabyte or not more than 600 kilobyte, okay? And when you upload the image, make sure you give that image a relevant keyword. So if I take an image of if I take a picture of an elephant with my camera, automatically will say idmg.jpg, right? So I'm going to change the name of the file to an element.jpg. Okay? Because that's a keyword, it's a search engine. The search engine cannot read images, but the keyword that is attached to it, it can still read it. Okay? So before you upload, you give that image a specific relevant keyword name. Okay? Then number two, once you upload it, there is another on-page technique. We call it alt tag or alt text. Basically, what is an alt tag? It's a brief explanation of what that image is. For two reasons. If I upload an image of an elephant, right, I need to tell Google that this is an image of an elephant. So I can say an image of an elephant. Dash elephant, whatever, right? So the search engine can understand what these images are for. And these images will be shown in the image search of Google search, right? Number two, this will also help visually impaired folks or people or blind folks. In fact, I know this awesome guy who Periscope. His name is Michael Walcott, and he's blind, and he builds websites, and he blogs amazingly. Okay, so now I'm working with him because I sent him a website and hey, give me your feedback. Can you see anything? Okay. So I'm going to do that. And it was kind of an awkward situation because I'm helping him with his website, and the content was all in light gray, and I told him, hey man, we can read this. Oh my God, he started to laugh anyway. So he didn't know about this, so I changed the color to black. So folks like us, right? Anyway, I was like, it was an awkward situation. So that's how you distribute the key phrases, right? But here's the one problem that most people face. If you use tools like, let's say Google AdWords or Google Keyword Planner, if you type yoga, what's going to happen is that Google will give you like 800 key phrases out of one word. And you only have 5 pages. So what are you going to do? If you went to Google Keyword Planner and you type yoga, right? And Google gave you like 800 of key phrases that your target market is searching for, and you only have 5 pages. So what are you going to do with 800?
Pick up the first one.
Huh?
Pick up the first one.
Close. For close, yes. The first thing you do, you have to look for the relevancy. So out of the 800, you got to go through all of them and see which one is relevant to what I provide, which one is relevant to my product and services, right? I'm going to tell you why, because I learned this from Corey Ashton real quick. So now I'm going to do a quick test, okay? And I want your participation, all right? So I have something in my hand. Don't say what it is right now, okay? Just look at it, and I'm going to count to 3, then I'm going to ask you, what the heck is this thing? Right? Y'all seeing this? Right? Fancy device? Right, so I'm going to count to 3, and I want all of you to tell me what is this, okay? Ready? Here you go. 1, 2, 3.
What the?
What is that? I heard a flash, I heard a toenail, I heard memory stick. For this one thing that you're going to sell on the internet, I have probably like 10 answers. Right? Again, so what does that tell you? Just because you're selling a product, that doesn't mean every customer thinks like you. So you have to figure out what else they're looking for that is relevant to my product and services so I can use them in my pages, in my website, in my blog. Does that make sense? So let's go back to that 800 keywords. You only have 5 pages. The first thing you do, you go through all the 800 and figure out, okay, which one is relevant, which one is exactly for my service, because some keyword could be for New York. It says New York yoga teacher. I'm not in New York. I'm not going to use that. It's not relevant, right? So you go through all of them, and what happens? Let's say out of the 800, you got 300. So, whew, man, that was a lot of work. Now I got 300 key phrases and keywords, but it still have 5 pages. So what should I do?
See which ones are mostly top search.
Right, but so let's say you have 300, you're close. So you have 300 key phrases, right? Keywords, and you have 5 pages on the website. So what are you going to do? You're going to pick
Top ones.
how many?
Start off with the smallest 5.
There you go. Because you have 5 pages, you're going to pick top 5. What are you going to do with this? You're just going to dump it on the front page? Bunch of keywords, right? That's not going to help. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, you have to, if you have 5 pages, you got to pick top 5 that is relevant to your page. At the same time, you have to look at the volume, make sure that they get like, a couple hundred or 1,000 searches a month. You don't want to pick something like has 1 search a month. That's not going to work. Maybe a couple hundred, couple of thousands, and so forth, right? So let's say out of 300, you pick 5. What are you going to do with the 295? This is relevant to you because these are form of financial services. What are you going to do with the 295? Yes. Use it for what? Content, like blogging. You can use it for blogging. You can use it for a hashtag for social media. You can use it for YouTube videos. You can use it for podcasting. You can use it somewhere else. It doesn't have to be just on the site. Does that make sense? This is the old school way of doing keyword research. A lot of work. Okay? But if you use different tools like keyword tool.io, Market Samurai, Spypool, they do actually a better job to help you find the best key phrases that you need. For example, Market Samurai, it's not free. You have to pay like I think $100 one-time payment. Market Samurai uses Google AdWords or Google Keyword Planner's database. So still uses Google, but it has extra features to kind of tone it down. After 800, it will tell you, you know what, just pick 35. These are the ones that bring best result. These are the ones based on our analysis will give you the best out. Okay? Spypool and Keyword Spy, it's a web-based service. You have to pay them monthly, but you can check it out, and you can use the free version on limited resources. Word Tracker, Traffic Travis is another one. Uber Suggest is just suggestion tool. But if you're a beginner, start with Google Keyword Planner. And if you want to invest, my advice, invest in Market Samurai. Okay? They come with tons of videos, they come with tons of tutorials. It's a one-time payment of like $100 and that's it. But these are the tools that you need to use to understand who's your target market, what they're looking for, and what they're really searching for your product services. Okay? Any questions?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Tag clouds. You see those around, and I notice because they're stuffing a bunch of keywords into them.
Excellent question. The tag cloud mostly it is set up on your site, right? It's on your website, right?
You see them?
Yeah, but I don't. It has no effect because that's for your site only. It has no search engine effect because some websites they have a search box, and when somebody blogs, they use like a tags or like a keyword that is attached to the blog post. Why? Because when you have a search box on the website and your target market visiting the website and they're searching for keyword and they're finding your blog post, that's what it's for. It's only for internal use. It has no intent on SEO, from my knowledge. Okay. Good question. These are all the links if you wanna check it out. But like I said, for Google, just go to Google Keyword Planner and test out and see how many in San Antonio look for your product and services and what do they type and whatnot, okay? The keyword research is very, very important. All right, so this is part of the on-page SEO. Initially, I talked about a title tag and meta tag, and that's about it. But no, you have to look at the URL, if there's any keyword on the link, if there's any key phrases on the title tag, in the meta description, how you're going to use the keyword. Anchor text basically means it's a hyperlinked keyword. So somebody go to your about page, and read the content. In the middle of your about page, you see something like, well, if you want our services, contact us here. And when somebody clicks that here, it takes them to, let's say, contact page, right? That's what anchor text is. It could be here, it could be a domain, it could be a keyword. Does that make sense? And the anchor text can be on your website, it can also be outside. So if you do a guest blogging somewhere else, you can point it back through a keyword or through a website or through click here and take them back to your website. Does that make sense? Images, like I said, 600 kilobytes. Make sure you use the keyword, use an alt tag. Internal links still matter. That means if you link from one page to another on your own website, that actually helps with the search engine, especially from your own blog internally. Like let's say you have a part 1, part 2, part 3, or any relationship between different blogs, that actually helps. So it's not as stronger as the off-page off-page SEO link building, but it still helps. Schema is a bunch of script for specific features. If you have location, if you have an event on your page, if you have what is it? If you go to schema.org, they'll explain to you. So schema is a bunch of code similar to the title tag and the meta tag, but what it does, it tells the search engine, this is my location, come and read it, and it makes it easier for the search bar to find that information and show it to the target market. Okay, it's a little bit technical, so go to schema.org to understand more what it is. Outbound links still matter if you're pointing to another website outside of the website. So I have a blog, and I'm talking about, let's say, I don't know, the UTC. People click on it, boom, it goes to UTC. That's called outbound. Sometimes we call it referring because you're referring to somebody else outside of your website. Okay? So if you point it to a different website, from your website to outside website that has a relevancy, that actually also helps because you became like the referred person. You're referring to somebody with high quality content. Does that make sense? That is called outbound. So sometimes you can do that, but don't overdo it. Page load speed still matters. You have to make sure your website is very fast. There's so many tools out there that I'm going to share with you. All the time we talked about that. Sitemap, basically, this is another important factor in SEO. There's a way to create a sitemap for your website. A sitemap, just like the link of all the links within your pages. That's what the sitemap is. It shows from home to about services to different links. That's what the sitemap is. When you create the sitemap, what happens when the crawler, when the Google crawler or the Bing crawler comes to your site and you have the sitemap ready, what it does, it helps the crawler to go through every single page without missing anything. That's why you need the sitemap. If you don't have it, there's a chance if the crawlers come to your website, there's a chance that it can miss a couple of pages. You don't want that to happen. That's why you have to set up a sitemap. Okay? Robot.txt file. This is basically you're telling Google or Bing there are certain pages you don't want it to be indexed. For instance, the login page, I don't want my login page to be indexed. What's the point? Nobody's going to see anything there. So you can tell the search engine, look, index everything except my login page. That's what the robot.txt file is for.
Is it indexed behind the firewall instead of a paywall?
Everything is callable. Doesn't matter. Everything, anything on the online. Look, your domain goes like it's in the internet. Everything is crawlable. Even if you tell them do not index, they will still crawl it. That means the search bar will come, will crawl it, but it will not put it on the index server. Does that make sense? So when people search for that specific link, it will not show up. But the crawler is still crawling the link. The only places that you will not move forward, if you have like a, let's say Facebook.com or Twitter because it's private, you have to use the username and password to get in, right? They cannot do. Okay? Google Publisher, if you have a Google business page, which is going to be tomorrow, you need to attach that to your website. And header title, so when you write a blog post, you do the header 1, and paragraph, and header 2. That actually sometimes helps with the ranking internally on the page. So everything I mentioned here is on page SEO.
Yeah, how many times should you use the keyword max?
Excellent question. How many times should I use the keyword on the content?
Like one post.
For one post, the thing is, my recommendation, do not write less than 300 words. Not less than. Do not write less than 300 words. In fact, based on our recent research lately, is that if you write a content that is between 1,000 to 2,000 words, you get higher ranking. Because they call it in-depth article. That means no spammer can spend time writing a 2,000 words. But most of the businesses, again, it's not practical for them. So my suggestion to them is write, 300 to 400 words, a blog post every week, maybe once a month, write something like with 2,000 words. Okay? So when it comes to the key words, right now Google's becoming very sophisticated, very smart. So I'm not going to tell you if you write 100 words or 300 words, put it 2-3 times. You can put it like once or twice, but make sure the content sounds natural. Does that make sense? You don't want it to sound like weird. Like for instance, let's say blue jeans. I saw blue jeans in the blue jeans world because everyone has blue jeans. Everyone's a blue. It's gonna be weird, right? You don't want to do that every time we read the same thing. It doesn't look natural. You gotta keep it right natural. You can also rephrase the keyword. So for instance, some of you in real estate, real estate in San Antonio, you can do that. You can rephrase it because Google became very smart right now, specifically, and they try to understand what you're trying to say. Believe it or not, if you're talking about golf course, somebody who wants to buy a golf club, that also might show up because it's trying to correlate and make an understanding what these two key phrases mean. You see what I'm saying? So my suggestion is if you write a 300 words, just throw it in once or twice. In fact, if you have a WordPress website, you can use the Yoast plugin, and the Yoast plugin will tell you, how many times you should mention or not. But don't overdo it. But if you put it too many times, then you might get problems.
That plugin by Yoast, is there a big difference between the free version and the paid version?
No, the same. The paid version has the videos, that's it. Come with videos, yeah. Come with videos, that's it. Okay, so these are part of the what? On-page, on-site SEO. But you have to do it and implement it and fix it on the back end of your site. Okay? Any question? Are we good? Really? This is just the basic stuff, folks. Basic stuff. Alright, these are some of the tools like the Open Site Explorer, SEMrush, Majestic, or Keyword Spy. You can use, again, Open Site Explorer. They have a free version and a paid version. You can see how many links you have. You can look at your competitor, how many links they have, what kind of site they're linking to, what kind of keywords they're using it. SEMrush is not free. You have to pay like $70. SEMrush will tell you what are you ranking and for what keywords. Okay, so it's pretty cool. That's $70 SEMrush. But you can try the free version of Majestic. I think it's only once and that's it. Now, you need to install Google Analytics for your website. You need to install Google Webmaster Tool, which is right now called Google Search Console, and also Hotjar. It's a new tool I've been using recently. What it does, it will show you the heat map of the site, right? It can also record when somebody comes to your site and what they're doing. Yeah. So that would give an idea, like, oh, okay, so this is what they're doing? All right. So make sure you install. They have a one free version, limited, but you can find the free one. Then you have local SEO citation. If you have a local business like an office, like myself, I have an office, and this is talk tomorrow about local businesses. That means you have to use your business address to post it on Google Business Page, Yelp, Super Pages, Foursquare. Why? Because remember when I talked in the beginning, all the local businesses are searched through the mobile local. So you need to be visible in these listings. Okay? Like the Google Business Page, you need to make sure that your information is there. You have the phone number, you have the map, all the information is optimized so somebody can find you local. Okay? That is called local SEO citation. And these are some of the, there are like hundreds of websites out there, but these are some of the top ones. You can submit your information and claim them. I think Yahoo Directory, they closed down, I believe. Yelp, don't let them call you and sell you the service. Don't do that. Focus on the free one for now, because you want to make sure that you're getting customers. Once you get enough customers, then you can take the money that you generate, then you can invest it back on your local listing. These are for the offsite. Okay, so when you do off-page SEO, this is what off-page SEO stands for, building the links. How many links you're getting back? What kind of quality of link I'm getting back? Are these spammy link or high quality link, right? How many keyword-based anchors? That means if you have a content in a press release or in different blog posts, what kind of key phrase is pointing it back to my site? That also counts. Internal link building still counts, and also the outbound linking. A press release. Now, press release right now is not that powerful when it comes to like ranking, but I still recommend to use it. Why? Because you are talking about your new website, about your new product, about your new services. This will actually help your local TV station or radio station to find your information. Does that make sense? When they find your information, there's a chance that they're going to put it on your website as a PR site. You see what I'm saying? And that will bring the link back to your site. Guest blogging still works. Web directory, local SEO directory, like the Google Business Page. Now, how to come up with a plan to get a link back to your website? Well, you have to make sure that you're not trying to manipulate the search engine. You got to make sure that all the stuff that you do outside the website, mostly content-based. So the majority of the time, you are going to blog on your site, like let's say minimum 4 times a week, right? But you also have to do something outside to get a quality link back to your site, right? So for example, ebook syndication site. So you can write an ebook, I don't know, 10, 20 pages about some sort of awesome content and submit it to ebook listing websites. Why? People go to this website and they download specific information because the content. So when they download it, you have all information about your website, and it's all in PDF, and all the links are clickable. So they can click on your website and they go back to your website. Does that make sense? Podcasts, if you want to start doing podcasts, like a SoundCloud or iTunes, that can also bring some traffic. Document sharing website, you can upload a document, you can upload a magazine style information. A PowerPoint website like SlideShare, I can have a bunch of PowerPoint and SlideShare, all about content. Again, just content, education, tips, advice. People see it, they learn from it. Let me go visit Ham's website because he's been sharing a lot of cool stuff about 401k, right? Video website like YouTube, infographics still helps. Anybody knows what is an infographic?
Yes.
It's like a visual design with a bunch of tips, like a long, that's what infographic is. So if you have a blog, you can turn it into an infographic and submit it to an infographic website. Why? Because it comes with a feature for your infographic to be embedded, just like YouTube. If you put your YouTube on a YouTube channel, people can take that YouTube video and embed it on their site. So you are getting some sort of backlink to your website. Review sites, and of course, social media. All of these part of the off-page SEO. See, it's a lot of work. Okay, that's what they call it, organic, right? Any question? Are we good? So some of the tools I advise you to check it out. The first one is called WooRank. So WooRank basically will give you a full analysis about your on-page SEO. It will tell you what's missing, what needs to be fixed. It is not free. The first time is free, but the cool thing about them, they will give you a full explanation of what is missing and how you can fix it. It's awesome. They're gonna send you like blog post information. For instance, let's say meta tag description is missing. Why this is important? Click on this link, and they're gonna give you a full explanation on how to set up a good meta tag. Okay, so do check out WooRank, enter your website, and let it tell you what is missing, what needs to be fixed. That is for the on-page SEO. So you are saving $500 just by doing that. Okay? Most local, that's for the local citation. Gmetrics, it checks the speed of your website, and of course, Open Site Explorer. And if you want to check out all the other tools, go ahead and give it a try. Okay? All right, content marketing is still the king. Well, yeah, still the king, right? Consistent is the queen. The thing with the content market right now, what's going on recently is that when this thing becomes so hot in the market, everyone's starting to just write a bunch of content and just throwing it out there, right? And you don't want to do that. You got to make sure that your content is engaging. Your content is something that your customer will appreciate and learn from you. Okay? And if you're having a trouble to come up with good content, go to this website called BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo.com. So BuzzSumo, what it does, if you type yoga, it will show you all the popular trending content within that topic. So you can see the title, you can read a little bit, see if there's anything missing that they didn't talk about, so I can talk about it. Does that make sense? So use BuzzSumo to help you out, get you some ideas. Another tool is called Google Trend. It's another free service. Go to Google Trend and find out what's been trending in different areas within your niche. And the third one is Google Alerts. You can use Google Alerts, put your keyword, put your brand name, and anybody put a content out there or search for information, Google Alerts will send you a message. So you can, it's like a personal assistant, will give you some content within your niche. Okay? Yes, as I mentioned, content still matters because even if you don't do anything, even if you don't do, believe it or not, even if you don't do on-site SEO or off-site SEO, but you blog on a consistent basis and share in the social media, eventually you're going to get ranked for those information, okay? So content still matters. Very, 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 very important. Now, so how to get started with SEO? All this talk, you haven't started yet. So when you start with SEO, the first thing you have to do is what? Keyword research. Why it's so important, the keyword research? Because I need to understand my customer. Right now they call it, customer research, right? Then I need to make sure that I configure my website with Google Analytics and the Webmaster Tool. Then I need to optimize all the pages. That means title tag, meta tag, anchor text, all this stuff. I gotta make sure I fix it before I submit to Google Search Console for indexing. Then I will use the WooRank to make sure that all my on-site SEO is done right. If it's not, I can go back and fix it. Okay? Once you do that, then you're ready. Submit to Google Search Console for indexing. It will take a week for the bot to come and re-index all the pages. Then do a press release about the new website and make a plan to blog at least minimum once a week. If you don't have the time to blog every week, maybe spend one weekend and write 4 blog posts for the whole month in the schedule. Okay? And make sure this content has to be shared on your social channel because it's like a, word of mouth. You gotta share it everywhere. Okay? Then, excuse me. When you create the social media profile, make sure you're very active. So whether you use Facebook or Pinterest or Instagram or Periscope or Vine or whatnot, make sure you're very active on them. And set a realistic goal for your off-page SEO. So with most of our clients, we do a minimum 6 months and more. So after 6 months, when they see the result, they continue further. But we start 6-month plan because organically it will take a while for the website to be the front page. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot guarantee. There's no guarantee. Why? Because Google decides. You do everything by the book. Some of my clients showed up within the first month and a half. Some of them still not showing up for 6 months. And some of them within 3 months, some of them within 4 months. Okay? So you gotta have a realistic goal and you implement the weekly blog, the social media updates. Maybe the first month I'm going to do PowerPoint. The next month I'm going to do infographic. The third month I'm going to do, let's say, a podcast. You gotta keep it all organic and natural. You don't want to do the same thing like every month. Does that make sense? And that's what I mean by 6-month minimum. And plan and implement monthly natural offsite SEO. Just like in social media, it's a daily activity, it's a monthly work. Same thing with SEO. It's not a one-time thing. You gotta do it every month. From content to link building to analyzing to finding different ways. How can I put more content out there so I can get more exposure, right? So I can build a relationship with my target market in order for them to find my website and be my loyal customer, right? So 2 quick tips. There's a new website, a new blog website called Medium.com. It's become very popular. It's called Medium. You sign up with Medium and you just blog once a month. Like a nice, good, 1,000-word, deep content once a month. LinkedIn has the blog feature, right? LinkedIn right now has a blog feature, so you can blog in LinkedIn and point them back to your website. So, for example, let's say I'm in the real estate, but for units, right? For the unit property. Let's say I'm going to do a blog in LinkedIn about landlord or training landlord or some tips on how the landlord can take care of the properties, right? Within that link, I can put a keyword. If you want to learn more about training landlord, if there's a keyword, click on it, right? So people click on it, and I'm going to take them back where? To your website where?
Page. That page.
Yes, do not take them back to your homepage. Take them back to exactly to that content about training landlord. Because what you're trying to do, you're building a link, the content link, back to content. Does that make sense? That is something fine. Because the customer was reading the content, they click on it, oh wow, it took me exactly to what the blog was talking about. If you take it to the homepage, that's a bad user experience because now they have to figure out, okay, what is the information for this training manual, right? So be careful how you point it back and forth, okay? So this is the basic plan on how to start with your SEO campaign. Yes?
So talk about number 5, a bit more in detail.
Mm-hmm. Yes, number 5, more in detail. So what happens after you optimize your pages, you have to log in to Google Search Console. And there's a feature there that says submit for indexing. You just click submit and that's it. Because if you don't, the spider is busy, moving around within 1 trillion pages. So there's a chance it might come to your website. So go ahead and submit it so you can let people know, hey, once it's ready, come back and index all the information from it. And the benefit of the Search Console as well, let's say one of your meta tags has some sort of grammatical error or misspelling word, and publicly is incorrect. So when you go to your website, you can quickly change it. But in the search, it's going to take like another month for the correct information to be replaced. So what you do, you go do another resubmission or do something called a feature as Google, and that will take care of it. Within a week, everything is back good on the server, okay? So if you guys want, we can do a separate class on analytics and Search Console to show you how to use it. Okay? We'll do it? We'll do it. When? Next month?
That's March.
All right. So if you want to learn more about SEO, there's so many information out there. Some of them are crappy. Some of them are black hat techniques. Some of them like what they call it, snake oil salesman. You gotta be careful. So go to Search Engine Journal, Search Engine Land, Moz, SEO Book, and Search Engine Watch. And there's another one called Search Engine Roundtable. And you can also go to YouTube and look for Google Search Console. And you can just learn from them. Okay, because they follow all these so-called the best practices. There's no such thing as, I mean, I actually hate the word white hat, black hat, gray hat. I mean, what the heck? Why can't it be colorless hat, right? All this technique, it's just the best practices. Every SEO expert you're going to talk to, they have a different minor strategy that is different than mine. And they have a test. If they have a case study, an actual client that they work with the result, then you can test it and try. Okay? But what I shared with you, this is what we do with our customers for years, and they've been getting great results. Okay? All right, any questions?
Does, I have a question.
Yes.
Does initially having like an AdWord on Google, will that help your organic search?
That is a beautiful question. From my understanding, no.
Really?
Yeah, because once you shut it down, the ad section will go out, but I haven't seen any difference on the organic part. And I thought it would help. You know why? Because if you get all this click to the side, you would wonder, oh, I got a lot of click, and I want to remove the page. It's going to help with organic. But if you think of it from a business point of view, Google's not going to make money if that happens. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I find is that for new websites, they can do very, very, very specific keywords and AdWords, quotes around them. So it's like John's car or detail and quotes. And use an AdWords campaign at $1 a day. It actually does help Google. I think Google likes to get paid.
Of course, I mean, Google makes billions of dollars, but they're not going to, even though the organic side helps, but imagine if you use the ad, the Google AdWord, and instead of doing organically, you're going to stop using the AdWord. That's not good for them. Does that make sense? But the AdWord always works. But I personally haven't seen that somehow we use AdWord for our clients. When we stop the AdWord, I haven't seen the organic, because we're not using the organic part. So we use all of it. We do organic, AdWord, and Facebook ad. You just want to get everything, right? But the cool thing about the SEO is this. Once you end up being on the front page, organically, like for instance, Texas Bariatric, like one of my clients, you know how many keywords they rank? 1,000 keywords. They rank organically for 1,000 keywords. On the front page, all organic. The gastric bypass, this surgery, that surgery, they show up organically. But that took almost 6-7 months to do that work, right? And they also run a Google AdWord. But if you do the comparison, they actually get more calls from the organic than the AdWord, which means they can shut down the AdWord anytime. Does that make sense? Because AdWord itself is totally a different beast. Because in Google AdWord, you can see the ad on the top and on the side, right? But guess what? You can also have your banner ad shown on a relevant site somewhere else. You can do that with Google AdWord. Okay? But that's all a different topic. Does it help? It still helps. Why? Because it's fast. If you have enough money, you can do a quick test and see how many clicks I'm getting and how many conversions. It's faster than SEO, because SEO will take a 3-month, 4-month, 6-month to get on the front page. You will still get some traffic though. So even if you don't have a 3-month, you will not be on the front page, but you'll still see like, oh, I'm getting like 10, 20 hits a day. You'll get some traffic, but you gotta be on the front. Does that make sense? All right, any questions? Are we all good? You all been Yusufied approved? Now you can go and teach everybody and apply this. Go home and start working. This is just very basic stuff, folks. I haven't gotten to the detail yet. All right, anything else?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Country on this table here, they have country,
Uh-huh.
right? Does it plus 3?
If you look at that, this is what's created by Search Engine Land. It's a nice table, right? So anything that has +3, that means the priority. Anything that is a red, don't do it. Okay? Anything that is 2, it's okay. Anything that is 1, doesn't matter. Okay?
So what do they mean by, can you describe how country?
Like, .UK, .Mexico, that's what they mean.
How does that affect your range?
Well, to rank specifically with that country, you don't have to. But if you have a business in different places, you want to rank for that country, then you're going to use that domain for that country. That's what it means. Okay? So right here, this is the on-page factor. You see, you get the on-page, and this is the off-page. You know, how many link, social, how many share, is it engaging, what is the history of this content, how many numbers, you know, all this stuff. And this is the on-page, the title tag, the color, the quality, duplication, description, and explains to you all right here. For the on-page and right there for the off-page to explain to you what each section means. So remember, this one, only done once, and this is where all the monthly work that you have to do on a consistent basis. Okay? Any more questions? There is a silence in the room. Go and help yourself eat those awesome food. You're all like hungry and waiting for it. Anything else? Anybody has any challenges, any website, you want to check it out? No? Okay, so anybody knows what is Periscope? Okay, so if you're on Periscope, follow me because every Monday I do site review. So I basically pick one website, somebody comes in, I pick up the website, I basically analyze it, give some feedback, and I have to improve it. I do that every Monday. Okay? All right. Thank you, folks. You're welcome. Huh? Oh, look at that. 10 people stayed. Thank you. All right, folks. Thank you so much. All right. Really appreciate it. This picture is the verdict table of SEO. Yes, it is. Let me show it to you real quick. Yeah, it shows you the on-page factors, the off-page. You can get it from the Search Engine Land website. It is indeed. It is indeed. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Okay. All right, folks. So thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for sharing. Make sure you share this, and appreciate for all that stayed all along. And I'll be back sometime tonight. I have another scope tonight.